A very good morning to all students and welcome to Sri Chaitanya Academy. So this is my 4th year consecutively interviewing All India Rank 1 in JEE Main. So I have 2 students who score AIR 1 in JEE Main 2026. So on your behalf, I am going to ask few questions which is useful for all the students as well as the parents, how to prepare and what is the right set of preparation for JEE Main. First, let me introduce P. Mohith, who scored 300 out of 300 in JEE Main 2026. He is All India Rank 1. So the first question to Mohith.
Yes.
What is your one advice which you adopted throughout your academic journey to reduce your error? Because error play a very important role in the preparation, right? So if you are scoring full marks, that means the error minimization. You have worked a lot in error minimization. So how you minimize those errors and how Sri Chaitanya help you during your practice in your session to reduce those errors in all 3 subjects. I want your answer in physics, chemistry and math segment and how you have worked out on that and how you have reduced your errors.
The most common error students do is calculation mistakes, and to overcome them you have to do more calculation based questions in your study hour time. And one thing is, when the way you solve the questions in your study hour time is the way which reflects in your exam time. So you shall solve your assignments or problems in your study hour time as it is an exam. And for maths, as it is concerned, most of the students make errors in calculation, and by seeing the size of the question they fear and do some or the other mistakes. So for maths, one should not get feared by seeing the size of the question. And as physics is concerned, some questions will be there like data based, and some will be there which will test your concept. So you should be clear about your concept first. And in chemistry, in numericals as it is concerned, there will be lengthy calculations and you should do them with full concentration, and you should not leave in between by feeling that your answer is incorrect.
So Mohit, sorry to interrupt you. I just want to ask one question. As you mentioned in chemistry, there is lot of calculation and all that. And I have seen the topic like mole concept, structure of atom. There is lot of calculation. And I have seen in general practice, the student use calculator to solve those because they thought that let's save some time, right? Because calculation, we can use the calculator. So have you used some calculator to solve these questions to save your time?
Never.
Great. This is a very good advice because maximum student use calculator to save the time so that they can save the time and do the calculation faster and get the answer in the MCQ, right? So as Mohit mentioned that he has never used calculator, he solved all the questions with his pen and paper. This is the important line that reduce the errors. I just want to understand from Chandrasekhar also then how he's prepared and what are the main motivation and main points which help them to achieve full marks in JEE Mains. Yeah, Chandrasekhar. I want your honest answer to the students so that they can take some advice from you and their preparation will accelerate after listening.
As far as maths is concerned, before studying the question, you must know the concept behind it and also the number of methods. Means in one method, if you go, then the answer will come very easily, or if you go by other method, it may go very lengthy and you may feel that it is not solvable in that method. First, before studying, yes.
I have also seen that you correctly mentioned that focus on concept. Have you faced any problem while understanding that concept? Because students are facing problem in understanding the concept. Then if they are not able to understand, the numerical solving ability also decreases. So I'm expecting you have also some kind of same problem you have faced while understanding the concept during the classes. How you overcome that also?
Go to doubts to teachers related to that question so that they will tell in another way regarding the same concept and you may understand in one or the other way. The style of teacher may change from one question to one question, so you will understand in one method. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to have some rapid fire round because I know what kind of problems students generally face in the respective subject. So let's start with the physics. and we will ask few questions basically for the physics for both the students, so that you will have much more better understanding in terms of subject, concept and their application in the numerical part. So let's talk about the first physics, right? So majority of students face problem how to manage the time, because they understand the concept, and once they take the booklet, it consists of more than 300 questions, right? And when they start solving those 300 questions, generally they lie up in 100 or 150, and in the class next chapter start, right? So the time management part. So my first question, have you solved all the questions which is mentioned in the booklet in the exercise, or you have also skipped like other students?
It is not necessary to do all the 300 questions, and when you feel like you have time, then you do it. And when you feel like you need to revise concept and you revise it first, then automatically time will not be sufficient to do all the 300 questions. Then we shall approach teacher to mark some important questions. Then first we shall do them, and the remaining questions we shall at least have a look at. If we are able to solve them, then it would be better not to skip all, but to do at least 50% of them.
Great. So if the student has a fear factor that we are not able to solve all 300 questions which is given in the booklet, right? And if you are going to solve 100 questions within the time limit, I think that is also sufficient as per Mohith. Let's understand the same concept from Chandra Sekhar also. Have he solved all the questions which is written in the booklet, or he skipped the questions? Or when the student face problem in solving the numerical, how these problem will overcome through the help of the concept, numerical, and what kind of method they use to overcome when they are not able to solve the questions? It happened with all the students, right?
Basically, if you are not able to solve all the questions, then you are not familiar with the concept. If you do some 50 questions or 100 questions with full clarity, then you will be able to solve 200 questions in less than the time which you have done these 100 questions. First, you need to be clear with concept. Then these questions will go like, just by seeing question also, some questions you will be able to answer, because there will be many repeating models, and also once you are familiar, then any new model also you will be able to attempt.
Great. So it's all about physics. Let's talk about chemistry. And in chemistry, there are three parts all of you have faced with: physical, inorganic and organic. And I hope there are a couple of students who are very good in organic. Simultaneously, I have seen there are a couple of students who are good in physical chemistry. And students generally don't like inorganic because they think that it is a memory-based topic, and the understanding and the kind of energy and enthusiasm come with the math and physics is not coming with the chemistry, and that specifically in the inorganic part. I want to understand your method of preparation for all three segments, and your one advice to students who are entering in the class 11, how they should go with chemistry in all three parts.
Generally, as far chemistry is concerned, chemistry classes will be boring, and many of the students might sleep in the class. First, yes sir, that's what I face.
Fine.
And you shall first not sleep in the class. And chemistry has lot more syllabus than maths and physics, and as it has more syllabus, you will not get much time to practice. And so you should be first attentive in the class. Then during the class only you will get the subject, and within the preparation time you can do problems. If you do not pay attention, then in the preparation time in study hours, you have to go through again all the class notes, and that will be sort of disadvantage to you. And as far as physical chemistry is concerned, as I said, calculations is the most important part, and some topics will be there which need conceptual clarity also. And that conceptual clarity you have to build up by interacting with teachers and going through a variety of problems. And inorganic, many of the students might think that it's just memory, but there are methods to do questions conceptually, and you have
Despite few methods which you have discovered specifically in inorganic chemistry, you are sleeping. Great. So it is a funny answer that in chemistry is a little bit you have to attentive in the class, as Mohit also mentioned. And I want to understand the same question from Chandrasekhar also, how we deal with all three parts and what is the tricks which all the students who are starting their chemistry from the mole concept should use so that they can score full marks or they can score good marks in the exams. Yeah, Chandra.
In chemistry, particularly in physical chemistry, once you are clear with the concepts, I think there will be no question which you can't do. In organic chemistry, there will be concepts and there will be some limited concepts, and some questions will be going beyond some concepts like in JEE syllabus. But if you are familiar with the basic concepts which were there in the NCERT or which teacher says, or then you will be able to solve almost all the questions in organic chemistry. In inorganic chemistry, you must be familiar with NCERT and you must be solving more number of bits in inorganic chemistry so that you will be remembering. While you read, you may not be able to remember for more time, but if you do some questions based on it, then you will be thinking about it and then you may remember for a long time in inorganic chemistry.
Great. So, final question related to maths, because in JEE Main 2026 session 1 and session 2, whenever we do the analysis, in every analysis we used to say maths is lengthy, maths is difficult, and it takes time to solve all the questions of maths. And if you see the results also, there are very few students who score full marks in maths, and it is really difficult, it is lengthy. So I just want to understand the 2 points. First, during the exam, how these two students manage maths to score full marks. Second, during their 11th and 12th, what is their approach in mathematics so that they score full marks in such a lengthy and difficult paper. Yeah, Mohit.
In mains, I allotted 1.5 hour to mathematics, and in rest 1.5 hour, I managed physics and chemistry.
50% time you have given to maths.
Yes, sir.
Great.
So, even though maths paper is lengthy, I could solve the whole paper and get a full in maths. And in class, when sir gives us assignments, we do it as an exam in 70 minutes or 80 minutes. And when after completing the assignment, we approach sir. If we face any question being too lengthy, then we'll approach sir such that is there any other simpler method to do this? If there is, we'll know that, and such model questions, we'll apply that simple method. If there is no such simple method, then we'll just do the whole calculation.
Great. This is surprising to know that out of all 3 hours, Mohit spent 50% of time to maths paper in JEE Main and rest 50% gave to physics and chemistry. This also shows that your physics and chemistry is very strong, because it is really difficult to manage in 90 minutes of time to all the questions of physics and chemistry. Fine, that's a great, and that also shows us that how difficult the math question is asked in both the session 1 and as well as session 2. And during our analysis also we have focused and we have give emphasis that maths paper was lengthy and it is really difficult to score marks in maths. I just want to get an answer from Chandrasekhar also, how he managed maths during exam and how you prepare mathematics in class 11th and 12th.
First, in maths, I allotted only 1 hour 10 minutes, and whatever number of questions I am able to do, I did, and left the remaining questions for, if time is left in the last, I'll go and attempt those questions.
And Chandrasekhar, how much time you have spent in maths in JEE Main?
1 hour.
Like 1 hour.
1 hour 10 minutes. 1 hour 10 minutes. 1 hour 10 minutes.
1 hour 10.
10 minutes. And in last, some 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
And in maths, if you feel that the question is going, means you didn't find any simpler method for that question, and you feel that you must do the whole calculation, then it is better to skip the question at first sight and do the remaining question. And at the last, suppose there are 4 questions or 5 questions left, just you will be able to, means after doing the whole questions remaining, you will be feeling, yes, time is left and there is no need to hurry, so that your mind will be calm and ideas you will get faster, so that at the last, even the lengthier questions you will be able to solve in less amount of time.
Great, Mohit and Chandrasekhar, for such a great discussion, and openly you have shared many pointers which is required for all the students who are preparing for JEE Main. So thank you very much and all the best for JEE Advanced. So we will connect again with both the students to have more detailed understanding about their preparation. All the best to all students and congratulations for Mohith and Chandra Sekhar for scoring AIR 1 in JEE Main 2026. Thank you. Thank you. All the best.